So new premium time. This is the Panzer 58 Mutz, which apparently is a Swiss tank. But given the fact we don't have any Swiss tanks in the game, it's part of the German tech tree. So it sits there as a German tier 8 medium tank. And a jolly nice looking one it is too. Comes resplendent, if I can say it, with that really nice bear motif. Really cool. And it's a nice looking vehicle, I think. Really nice looking vehicle. Some of the modelling Wargaming now doing on their tanks is really very impressive. So, and incidentally, before I get into looking at this in detail, obviously with that pattern, that motif on the tank, you can't actually, well not obviously, but you can't put any camo on it. So there's no camouflage available for this tank. And what I've read so far suggests that that's because this bear motif and the colour scheme it comes with is effectively treated by the mechanics of the game as camouflage. So it's like having a full camouflage for the 3 different environmental conditions. So and they obviously don't want their pretty bear motif ruined by then putting a load of camo on top, which I can sort of understand. So that's good because it saves you a bit of credits or gold depending on how if you bother with camo. That's all good. So let's have a look at the old Mutz itself. It's as I say, tier 8 medium tank, 1300 hit points, which is slightly on the lower side in terms of, it's not very low, but it's one of the lower tanks that you get at tier 8 mediums, which means, given the fact this is a tier 8 and obviously no tanks anymore have premium matchmaking or preferred matchmaking, this means it will face tier 8s, tier 9s and 10s, and you know, 1300 hit points will disappear rather rapidly, so you've got to watch yourself. 35 tons just over with the configuration I'm driving, and a 600 horsepower engine, which gives it a very nice top speed of 50. Now I've actually made more than 50, but it appears to be limited to 50, so if you go slightly over 50 coming down the hill, it will then reduce back down to 50 again. And it's a shame because it would be lovely if it went that little bit quicker, but 50 is pretty good. So it's a fairly nimble tank. 45 traverse speed is not the very best, but this tank has really good ground resistance, so it moves very nicely, which is good because it doesn't have a whole heap of armour. And this is one of those classic mediums that Wargaming seem to be focusing on at the moment, or just latterly seem to have produced, that are fairly paper armour. The front of this armour on this Mutz is only 90 on the frontal hull. Now it is quite rounded in, you know, sort of convex kind of manner, and the lower plate looks to be angled very nicely backwards, so you know, it will, if you can get a bit of an angle on it, bounce 1 or 2 if you're really lucky, but that'll probably only be lower tiers. Really your hull is going to get penned, and the biggest problem with the hull armour is that the side armour is only 30, so if you get penned, if you get hit by an HE shell, most guns firing HE will have a minimum of 50 millimeters of penetration with their HE shells, and at 30 this will go straight through your side. And RT similarly, if they hit the splash damage on the side, will absolutely wreck you. I took this out and got hit in the side by a T-49 with its derp gun, and it did 900 damage, knocked out 2 crew members and 2 modules in one shot. Yeah, so be aware of that. So obviously it means you can't do any side scraping with this tank. because the moment you offer your side up, you're going to get overmatched by pretty much every gun that was likely to be firing at it, and I go straight through. So, you know, when I said about angling the frontal armour, that's pretty tricky to do, because the moment you do too much, you show your side. And yes, maybe if you're lucky, a track might eat it, but really, good luck. The rear of the hull is 40, so it's actually 10mm better than the side armour. Now the turret is kind of interesting. It's 120, and it's not bad at all. There looks to be spaced armour behind the gun mantle. You can see it looks like there's a gap there, and it's quite well sloped, that front of that turret. And you know, you will, and I have got, I'll show you in one of the replays, you can see me being hit by a tier 10 medium tank, the T62A, and it bounces 2 shots off this turret. And so I have had bounces off this turret a few times, so you can get them. The hatches are a bit of a weak spot, but again, they don't look as bad as you might expect. People, you know, again, I have had them penned, but if you keep moving and waggling and what have you, they're quite hard to hit, particularly this smaller one here, which I guess is the commander one. I don't know. It's quite tough to pen these, so you will get bounces off the turret. So this has reasonable gun depression and a pretty reasonable frontal turret armour, so hold down positions are a viable option for this. Side of the turret is 65, and again is quite well rounded, so you know, that's not bad at all. The back is pretty flat, and that's only 40. So what you got here armour wise is a vehicle that if you can get it into a position where the hull is hidden, you will get a few bounces off this turret, but really you've got to use your speed and mobility to avoid serious shootouts, head-to-head shootouts, because you're a medium with fairly limited armour, and you need to use your mobility to keep shooting and keep redeploying, which you can in this vehicle. Base view range is 380, which is okay, fairly average. I've put coated optics on this, and that gives me 418, which I've said in other videos, I like having coated optics on a medium, because I think when you're in a tier 10 or something, you can add your view range, and mean you can spot tanks for your team. Now, funny enough, I've played quite a lot of games now in this tank. What is it, 22, and I've had a lot of tier 9 and tier 10 games, and funny enough, I've had better games than the tier 10s. The gun is competitive enough that you can do damage in a tier 10 match, which is great. So the signal range is pretty limited actually. It's funny, it's only 570. So I can imagine on one or two of the bigger maps, if you're out on a flank, you may not be able to know what's going on the other flank with this tank, which is interesting. But nobody really cares about radios. It's one of those things that very underappreciated feature. So what about the gun? And you know, this tank is more than anything else about this gun, and the gun doesn't let you down. It's a 90mm Konon, which I believe is the same one as the Konon Panzer has, the paper thin armoured tank destroyer that they bring out every so often for special occasions. It has a really good rate of fire, 7.5 is pretty good for this gun, and penetration for a tier 8 tank premium is extremely good. 212 with its AP round is pretty good, and it's very accurate. So that 212, if you aim right, you can do a lot of damage with this gun. The APCR, which is its premium, is a little underwhelming really. 259, you used to sort of seeing quite a big step up between AP and APCR, and it's not on this. So I carry 7 rounds of APCR, but more often than not I don't even use any, because I find that actually the AP is pretty good. and I don't really need the APCR. Occasionally I've used it, but mainly haven't bothered. HE is 45, so it's a little bit wasted. I've got 5 rounds, it's probably too many, but sometimes when a really badly damaged tank is trying to side scrape you, putting a 90mm HE shell into their tracks will kill them, so I keep some on board. And the ammo capacity is pretty good on this tank, so it's what is it? My maths doesn't do that. 48 rounds, so that's pretty good. Average damage is 240, which is okay, perfectly okay. It's not magnificent, but it's not bad. Round about average, I would say. Dispersion is 0.36, which is also not bad at all, and aim point 2.3 is very good. So the gun on this is very, very effective, and it really is a sniping tank where you snipe, redeploy, keep sniping, keep redeploying, and then use this mobility that this tank has to get to a new vantage point and a new position to fire. If you try and trade blows, except in exceptional circumstances, you will probably die, because you haven't got the health pool to do it, and while this turret will bounce a few shells, it's not reliable enough to do it constantly. So that's the Mutz. Now just one thing, this is available at the moment anyway on a limited time basis, so it's only available until Monday the 1st of February on the EU server. I don't know about the other servers, sorry. And congratulations Wargaming, round of applause. They finally listened to what everyone said, and they're offering it in 2 formats, so you can get it just as the tank and a garage slot, and then you can get it a more substantial package, shall we say. So the tank plus garage slot alone is just under £25, £24.65, and that's €32.50. If you then go for the package option, you pay quite a lot more. It's £45.49, which is just under €60, which seems a lot, but for that you get the tank, you get the garage slot the same as before, you get a crew that have 100% ability but no major perks. So it's not like the Berlin Quartet where you get your first crew skill for free, the Brothers in Arms perk. This one you don't, but they are 100% crew. You also get 5,500 gold, which you can take or leave. You get the vertical stabilizers, coated optics, and medium gun rammer, which saves a load of credits, and probably is well, it is definitely, I think, on this tank the sort of equipment you want to have on it. So that's all useful. And interesting, as a bonus, they give you 15 missions just for the Panzer 58 Mutz, where after you've got your ×2 out the way for the day, any other victory in that tank, you get ×5 experience for 15 battles. So that's quite a perk, and it certainly helps. I made a cock up with this, and when I bought it, I like the look of the reviews. They looked a really interesting tank, so I was keen to get it, but I haven't worked down any of the German medium lines, and I was interested in going down the Panther line at some point, so I thought, well, this will be a really good trainer for that, and I can use the crew that comes with it, retrain them for the Panther or so forth, and so but it is the big mistake I made is this is a 4-man crew only. The Panther and the Panther 2 are 5-man crews, so you've got to find a radio man from somewhere, and obviously if you haven't already got the Panther, it's missing out on training, which is annoying. Now the Leopard and the Leopard prototype, which are the tier 9 and tier 10 that you get to via the RU251s and so forth, and the SPIC, those are 4-man crews. So if you're heading that way, then this becomes a viable trainer for those crews. But for the other mediums on the German line, it's slightly annoying because they're 5-man crews, and this is a 4-man crew tank. So you know, and as you know, one of the reasons for having a premium is to train up the crews quicker and also get extra credits. So my bad, but you know, the crew will be useful, I'm sure, anyway. So I'm training the ones up that I got with it, and then I'll retrain them. So they haven't got 6th sense yet, but if we keep going the way we are, they should do. So I played 22 games. I got a 50% win rate. Funny enough, yesterday I was running at something like 60% win rate. Today I just seem to have a succession of donkey teams, and although I played quite well in it, I think my win rate has dropped through the floor today. Just one of those things, I guess. So I like it. I like the mobility of this vehicle, and I like its gun. So let's see what we can do with it. Enough talk, more action. Okay, so this is my first game in the Panzer 38 Mutz. Oh, sorry, 58 Mutz. It's really a nice looking tank, isn't it? Look at that that bear motif, nice and aggressive. Not what you can expect from the peace-loving Swiss. So I'm going to head. I've got basically the crew that came with it. I'm going to head up around here. I'm going to follow this CDC. What are we up to? 40 already. Not bad acceleration. We're keeping pace with that CDC. I don't know whether he's going flat out. 50. There we go. We've hit 50, and we're still going. Feels very nimble. Feels very nimble indeed. Let's get up into this position over here. I've got 100% crew in, but they've got no skills. So, what have we seen? No, why did that CDC just stop there? Not a great place to stop. Let's go here, see what we can spot. I went a bit too far, silly. And then I wasted the shot. That was stupid. So, I've been spotted, almost certainly. It's a pretty accurate gun. Pull back because I'm bound to have been spotted. Okay. So the gun looks pretty good. If I actually allow it to aim properly. Get another shot on that. Problem was, is he going to pull back? No, he's just going to sit there and die. No, he didn't sit there and die. How weird is that? He was hitting him repeatedly. So we seem to have ground to a halt rather here. There's the Cromwell. Can we get a shot? Come on, stick your head out. You know you want to. Right now. 3-1. It's always good. I'm going to spin around here because they look to be oh, KV's killed him. Okay, I was moving out because I thought there was a KV going that way. I like this gun. This gun looks fun. First kill. It's nice. There was a bullseye down there. Shoot. Wow. I like the accuracy of this gun. Really, really accurate gun. Very German. Did we finish him off? Well, average hit was 250. I probably should have loaded HE. Finished him off. Look at that. Every shot perfectly online. Nice. $243. So maybe we should move up to support. Bulldog's a bit isolated there. Oh. I'm not going to go that way. It's just we're losing the main pass. The bulldog. Come on, move. It's weird for a fairly nimble tank. This sometimes just doesn't seem to want to do it. Ah, missed him. Missed him. Just drove into a rock. Pretty stupid. Getting a few frame rate issues in my defence. Well, the Bulldogs did. Okay. See if we can get some support on this. There's a T-43 out there, that's the problem. Don't really want to be facing a T-43. So I must admit, I was expecting to be a little bit quicker than this. It's not exactly slow, but it's not exactly the speedster. I'm going to go around and help out that Tiger 2 because he seems to have done a pretty good job down there on his own. The enemy down to that Tiger IS-3, which we know was in the middle. T-43, which we know is in the middle. What else have they got? Hellcat, who I bet any money you like is sitting up at the top on that usual shooting point. The Tiger's pretty intact. Let's see whether we can get down here without drawing too much fire. Beauty of a fast moving tank is always the fact you can try and change the angle of attack. And there's the IS-3. He's come back. We're going to shot him before he gets into a position to... There's the Hellcat. That's exactly where I knew it would be. That T-43 didn't like that. Accuracy of this gun is fantastic. Come on. Show yourselves, it won't hurt too much. I'm pretty much full health, so I'm full health, so I'm going to have to push forward a bit. Good. See whether we can get up behind this guy. Tiger 1's coming. SU's coming. Bye. Put some up his exhaust. Didn't mean to track him, I just wanted to put one up his... Come on. Reload's not bad, what are it, 6.9 seconds. And that's it, game over. Good game. That was my first game in the Panzer 58 Mutz, and I love that gun. That is really, really good fun gun. It's a snipey gun, it's a distance gun, very, very accurate. Didn't get a chance to try it in the armour because I didn't actually get hit by anything, so it's good enough for a Type 3 mastery. phallic symbol, master gunner, bruiser, fire for effect, and tank sniper. Okay, we finished third on XP, third on damage, 2,141, 3 kills, which was nice. 14 shots fired, 12 hits, very nice. 11 penetration, so good penetration, good accuracy. 2,140 damage, of which more than half was at long range. Yeah, really like that. 66,000 credits, and because we've had nothing other than AP because we didn't need to, we still cleared a profit of 62,000. There's no repair cost, so that's purely shell cost, that. So it's pretty good. Yeah, we didn't take a single hit. With bonus for being a premium and first victory of the day, 2,501 XP. That's pretty good fun. I like the look of this tank. Well, I like the look of it because it's kind of cool with that bear motif. Huh. Really, really fun. So, well, look at the experience on that crew. Huh. So, let's have another game in it, see whether we can keep the run going. Here we go, right into tier 10 like I was just saying. Oh dear, not really what you want to see. IS4 and an IS7 is going to be a little bit challenging to pen. So there's 5 tier 10s, only 2 tier 9s. So, you know, there should be plenty more for us to hit. Some good players out there. Crikey. You can tell the holidays are over and you got the better players playing again during the day. I think I'm going to go to the square. Just going to see what I can do in terms of it's a nice looking tank, isn't it? I love that bear. The bear motif is fantastic. Oh, don't want to cut off this WZ. And there's a AMX who's also pretty quick. So you can see we're up to 40, up to 47, 49, 50. There you go, top speed. Relatively quickly. We're keeping up with that AMX 30, which is a pretty nimble tank. Nowhere near as quick as something like the wafted that, but it was worth a shot, I guess. There's a see all those. There's a lot of tanks coming around here, most of which I can't deal with. Oh, on poke again, mate. I don't think I can pen the 62A in the side of the turret. Oh, nearly. I ricocheted off him though. Okay, it's a T-34 just sitting there doing nothing. Right, really like that 34 to go and do something would be lovely about now. Gun is lovely and accurate, really accurate and good fun to fire. Reload, reload, reload. Bounces, few shots there, didn't I? Surprised how many I bounced. Really surprised how many I down. Excuse me. I'm inclined to T-54, we can pen him. Okay, that's not so good. Ammo rack hit. Oh shit, they're coming around behind us. So we can turn around and do at least block them for a bit. Are they coming around behind? I think they might be. I'm about to die. I can't deal with her. Oh, he's wafted his shot. That's a bit of luck. Oh, the AMX will get me. Can I pull back? I couldn't get back in time. So, well, considering that's a tier 9 game, we did 1700 damage. I quite enjoyed that. That was fun. Harem scarum stuff. That's 62 T62A. I bounced 2 shots off my turret, so that does confirm that that turret can bounce a bit if you get lucky. He did also put 3 through me, but whatever. I'll take the 2 bounces, and I did a fair amount of damage on the enemy mediums. So I'm quite happy with that. I'm really quite happy with that. That was good fun and a good fun game. The mobility of that thing is pretty reasonable. It gets around. You know, it's not super quick, but you know what? I don't mind not having a super quick tank, because I find often with a super quick tank, easy for me to say, that sometimes I sort of get myself into a right old hole because I try and be too aggressive, or allow myself to get suckered into going too aggressively. Hilarious. So, oh, is he? I bet that RT's gone and hidden in the place where you can't get to him. Yeah, I bet he's up there. Let's see if, yeah, there he is. Can our friendly bulldog back chat get to him? Oh, and look, one Lorraine has blocked up the hole. Oh jeez, so that position there is an RT hidey hole, if anybody wondered. It's just ridiculous. RT can just go and hide in there, and the only way in is where that dead Lorraine is. He's trying to get the back check, trying to get a push. Oh, he's up! He's up! Okay, can he get through? Can he get through? Oh no, he's going to get stuck. He's stuck. Oh, that's brilliant. And nothing's going to happen. We've capped out. So he got in there, but he couldn't actually do anything about it. I love it. That's funny. That's really funny. There you go. Third class mastery, which is rather nice. We got, where did we finish? We finished 4th on experience, 1, 2, 3, 4th on experience, 1,700 damage. You know, it was a tier 10 game and we did 1,700 damage. I'm quite pleased with that. 9 shots, 7 hits, 7 penetrations. That accuracy is really good. 1,700 damage, as we said. Took 7 hits, 5 of which penetrated, 2 didn't. And those were off that tier 10. A tier 10 medium, the T62A. They were off the turrets, so I think if the turrets hull down like I was there, and you keep moving it so they can't pick out any weak spots, you've got a chance of bouncing a few, so that's good to know. Spotted, didn't spot anything, didn't do any assistance, didn't fire any premium, made 61,000, but even after being rebuilt, nearly 50,000, 47,470 credits, so not bad credit generation. Because of that wonderful mission that's happening, we made 5,500 XP. Holy moly. That is crazy. So here we are on airfield. It's a tier 9 match, and I have to say I get a lot of tier 9 matches in this tank, but it doesn't seem to matter. So we're going to put the speed to the test and see if we can get up into that sort of crow's nest position up at E5. So acceleration is pretty good. There you go, we're almost doing 50. We are doing 50 off and on. 55, 50, yeah, so you know, it's got good pace really. And we're outstripping everything. CDC is going to catch us up, but when we hit the slope we'll both be at a disadvantage. So let's see if we've beaten the enemy around this corner. Excuse the the printer having to talk to itself. So we're up into the crow's nest. Yep, got through, and we've got a couple of spots by the look of it as well, which is useful. Oh, and what can we see there? They're on the other side of the hill, you idiot. Yep, okay. I can tell that now, obviously. Let's have a poke here, see whether we can see it. Oh, there's a RU-251, which can't have very good camo because... And that was a bit of an idiot shot, really. I should have pulled back and then shot at him, but I didn't. And so I took an unnecessary hit, which was just stupid. And they're pushing quite aggressively on that far flank. So let's see what we can do. I'm trusting my friends are okay on that flank, on the hill. I use pull back again, so we'll have another 219 off him. Thank you very much. I bet he pulls. Oh, no, that's a T-54 heading for our base. And there's an object 416 down there. Oh well, we can't do much about that. We've got to focus on one threat at a time. Get this RU taken out. We've hit him twice. Here he is again. Can we get another shot on him? Yes, we can. His armour's just never going to deal with us. See if we can pop down and have another shot. Oh, bounced one. So his shot coming from below must have hit my turret. And you can see the turret of this thing is actually pretty good. Yep, we tracked the CDC, but bounced the shot from him as well, didn't we? Yeah. Can't get my gun down on him, but he's dead anyway. Okay, Mr. CDC, he's not having much luck shooting up at me. Oh, what happened there? Challenger. Oh my goodness, they really have pushed aggressively around that south flank, and that's only a 34-1. Oh, looks like the CDC is going back. The AMX is there. Okay, come on, finish him, finish him, finish him. Oh. I tried to predict where he was going to be, and I mucked up the shot, basically. The Challenger down there, can we get a shot on him? He should be a one-shotter for us. Yes, nice. One more down. So we're 5-3 up, but positionally they're in a really good place. My gun's broken, but I think I'm going to hold off fixing it just for the moment because I don't want to get tracked and need it later. I can't see those boys, even with coated optics. So, oh, but it looks like the heavies in the middle are pushing hard, so let's go and see what we can do there. Oh, that shot just went straight in the dirt. Tiger P's dead. Come on, aim, aim, aim. This gun's 231. 232 is nice. Can we get another shot? Come on, reload. Ugh. Okay, this gun is a problem. I think I might have to fix it. That shot should have flown. New bonus. Okay, nice. Well, Centurion's obviously a very nice chap. Okay, he's disappeared. Oh, he's gone too. Brilliant. Now we're on it. Okay, we need to go and have the arty. T-54. Oh, 54's been shotgunned. Fantastic. But there's still an object 416. But he is full health. Ouch. Okay, fix the gun. I don't think I'm going to get there before the arty dies. But I'll try. By the time I fought my way through all this building. Well, there he is. There's the object. I can't. It's not worth the risking a shot there. Oh, I've been slowed down by the buildings. I should have gone the other way. And there's the object. Can we track him? Ah, damn it. It was a low roll too. He's going to ram me because he can. Mind you, I did more damage to him than he did to me, so that's interesting. Mind you, those things are quite lightweight. I'm going to die. Oh my goodness, can I get one more shot in? I can. And he rammed me to death. Okay, well, never mind. He's pretty much on his own. It's just him and an arty piece. So that's good. He's dead. Come on, finish him off. Yes, sir. So that was not a bad game. 2,500 damage that we know of. So that was a third class mastery game. Far for effect. It was a good game. I enjoyed that. I really like this tank. Really like it. It's really fun to play. Finished third on the team from XP, base of 834, which is pretty reasonable. 2,500 damage, 1 kill. 15 shots fired, 12 hits, and 2 of them failed to actually penetrate. So good, again, good hit proportion. 2,500 damage, as we know. Took 6 hits and actually bounced 2 of them. One of them was from that object, but I can't think where the other one was from. So you can occasionally, but you can't rely on it. It's the simple thing. Spotted a couple of tanks. 78,000 credits. We obviously were destroyed, but rebuild costs are obviously quite reasonable for this because we still made 60,000 credits, which is nice. First victory of the day, and with the premium, it's 2,600 XP. So that's all goodness and light. Yeah, fun. Good tank. Really enjoyed this tank. So that's the Panzer 58 Mutz. And you know what? I think it's a really good premium. If you like fairly fast mediums that have good guns and not too worried about lack of armour, then it's worth having a look at. And I think the base package price of £25 is actually okay. I think it's a realistic price for this vehicle. It doesn't have the credit generation of something like an IS-3A or some of the other premiums that are out there, but it's not bad at all, and it's fun to play. And ultimately, you know, this is a game and it's about having fun, and if you have vehicles that you enjoy playing with, then like me, you probably spend a bit of money on, in my case far too much money on anyway. So yeah, really good tank, really good fun, mobile, good gun, surprisingly bouncy turret, but not to be relied on. So if this is your kind of thing, then you've got until the 1st of February to buy it. I'm sure that Wargaming will be bringing it back every so often. I've seen quite a lot on the battlefield, so it's obviously sold quite well, but then there were some really good reviews, so I'm guessing that they'll bring it back at some point. But this current package on the EU at least is available until the 1st only, and then you'll have to chance your arm and hope that it does come back if you're really interested in buying it. So anyway, let me know what you think. If you've got the tank and like playing it, if you've got the tank and hate playing it, if you think Wargaming are a load of money grabbing so-and-sos, then yeah, let me know that too if you like. But in the meantime, please do subscribe and click like if you did. And this has been Gamer Dom, and thanks for watching, and continue to enjoy your games, boys and girls. It is just a game. It's important you remember that, and when we all get frustrated from time to time, but just remember it is a game. It's not real life. Nobody really dies in this game, and have fun and be careful out there. See you again soon. Cheers.